Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. When I read this title of this article that I will share with you, I was really enjoying myself. Like, these guys really think the Russians are idiots? Either they don't care and they just say it because there are some tards in their team that will believe them, or they really think the Russians are dumbasses. Now, I will read you this article and you pretend you're a Russian, a bad Russian, okay? Let's say you're Putin, or maybe I know Lavrov, or maybe who knows whom. And you tell me, what would you say? So here is Macron telling the Russians this. Ukrainska Pravda. Macron promises French troops will not attack Russia if they are deployed in Ukraine. That's it. Pinky promise for you right there. So Macron promises, cross my heart, hope to you die, that the French troops, if they will be deployed to Ukraine, will not attack Russia. Why would they trust this guy? Well, let me give you some examples. Do you remember when it was the NATO shit? Now, no 1 inch to the east expansion. Remember that one? There was also a pinky promise. When the Russians asked their partners, hey, how about that promise? What did the partners say? They answered like this. Do you have anything written down? Anything signed? Niet. Then off. So that's the first one. And I'm going to give you another example. Do you remember when the Americans said that they will provide the Ukrainians HIMARS air defense systems and Patriot air defense systems, and the Ukrainians and the Americans promised that they will not use them to hit Russia proper. They will hit only the territories that the Russians captured. Remember? Like, Luhansk, Donetsk, Zaporozhia, Kharkiv, Kharkov, Kherson, and how do you call that? Crimea. I hope you remember those. And they did not really follow through with that. Because if you remember that IL-76, the transport plane that was carrying Ukrainian prisoners of war that were supposed to be swapped with some Russians, were hit in over Belgorod. Belgorod is the Russian oblast, not the Ukrainian oblast, with a Patriot system that was confirmed even by the Americans, if I remember correctly. So that's only just two easy examples I can use. These guys should not be trusted. So first, why would you send troops over there? Well, because it's obvious we are fighting you guys. We want to destroy you. And as I said many times, NATO will send over their troops, or will try to send over their troops, with a different euphemistic name, like peacekeeping, lovemaking troops, the universal fantastic troops, something like that. But they will be actively fighting. I think they're already fighting over there, operating HIMARS and Patriot systems. I am 99% certain that they would not allow another country to even look inside or operate, let alone operate, HIMARS systems or Patriot systems without the Americans being really on them. I mean, imagine some general who wants to get rich, gets those over the border to the Russians, and they destroyed all this secrecy of the Americans. That would not happen. They would go back, 30 years and these kind of things. What are they going to bring back? Nothing. So they would not take a chance with that, including the fact that it's hard to train people to be experts on those things just like this. You need about, 90 people to operate those? 90 people? Please. Those are not Ukrainians operating those. That's my assessment. I'm 99% certain about that one. I'm 99% certain that there are military advisors, let's put it this way, from NATO, under, volunteer emblems or something like that, or not even, that were just, telling people over there, Hey, you're going to go that way? Yeah, you're going to go that way. They're not involved. Pop, 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 pop. Boom, like in the Second World War. Yet, they're not. So they are just over there to, make sure that the Ukrainians don't misplace the weapons that they receive. Please, my friends. So again, let's see what Macron says, because he thinks the Russians are dumbasses. This guy. I never said this guy is an idiot. I said he's a weasel, but I always said that he is more diplomatic than everybody else. But it seems like some buttons were pushed in order to have him, I don't know, fuck himself or something. French President Emmanuel Macron has stated that in the event the Western troops are deployed in Ukraine, French forces will not launch an offensive against Russia. We can just defend the Ukrainians, okay? Don't shoot at us. Have you noticed that the NATO countries want to be able to inflict damage on Russia, but want the Russians not being able to inflict any damage on them? Did you notice this? They want to be able to hit Russia, but you can't hit me, only I can poke you with the idiot proxy guy that I'm using. But hey, we're strong. We're courageous. We're the best. Right? Well, if you would be the best, you would just go over there and smack the Russian bear, just as you said you could. But you can't. You're a pussy. Triple dare you. Triple dare you. Not gonna happen. Again, the French forces will not launch an offensive against Russia. But what the fuck are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Just defend whom? Yourselves? Macron in an interview, and I'm quoting, "What is happening in Ukraine? A war that is existential for our Europe and for France." That's a lie. I don't buy it. I refuse to buy that garbage. I have a brain. Fuck you, Macron. We have set too many constraints, so to speak, in our vocabulary. We do not want escalation. You said constraints. How about nuclear war? That's not a constraint right there. Let's have it all done. No. Only we can do it, right? We are not at war with Russia. Yes, you are. You are. You don't want Russia to be at war with you. But you are at war with Russia. I can punch you with him, but you can't punch me. Remember, I gave you this analogy many times. I gave it to you. With a circus, lion, tamer, trainer, whatever you want to call them. If you've been to the circus, they have that little cage and you have that guy with a long pole, like that, and a long whip. That's Ukraine and everybody else. And these guys right here are NATO. And they poke the lion or a tiger, smack him, move him around, and the tiger fights what? The pole that sometimes grabs it. It's okay, this guy's gonna get Romania or Poland or the Baltic states instead, and I'm gonna use the same thing. It's rarely it happens when the tiger realizes or the lion realizes it's not the pole and the freaking whip. It's that motherfucker over there. Well, the Russians know exactly what's going on. But this is how NATO wants to fight. No, we can smack you. It's not us, actually. It's the pole and the whip right there. It's not us. And the Russians are, okay, we believe you. Right? Yeah, okay. Macron, it won't be us. We will never launch an offensive. And we will never take the initiative. He stressed. Do you believe him? Niet, mais non. I don't, right here. It won't be us. Explaining his remarks about the potential deployment of troops into Ukraine, Macron added that under the current circumstances, it is crucial not to let Russia win the war, which is ongoing on European soil. What if the Russians tell you it's on Russian soil? What would you say? It's not on French soil. You are thousands, I can say, you're at least 1,000 miles away from the front. So Russia claims it fights on its soil. You are definitely not going to fight on your soil, friends. So who is more entitled to fight harder, you or the Russians? Well, you think it's going to be a second Crimean War or a second, the 1812 invasion of Russia? Russia is waiting for a pretext. The same waiting for a pretext with Poland. And that's why they know. But again, these guys want to build that mirage that we're not at war with you, that translates into you're not at war with us. We are at war with you. But you can't kick us in the teeth. Only we can just pinch you by the balls here and there. That's all we can do. These weasels, these are cowards. So my friends, here it is. Macron promises, then the Russians will be like, yeah, we think that we're not gonna off. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.